Hello guys, Navneet here back with another fragrance review. Today's video is going to be very special. That is because summer is just around the corner and a lot of people will be going to buy freshies. A lot of people will be looking for some party kind of fragrances. Today's video is going to be about a party fragrance, clone of a very famous party fragrance, and that is Versace Eros. The fragrance which we are going to talk about today is from the brand Denver, and that is Caliber Hamilton. So I recently bought this fragrance from Amazon, and this was out of stock for a very long time, and this had been restocked recently. Now what I like about this fragrance, and I always wanted to have this fragrance for that's because this fragrance is a clone of very famous fragrance, that is Versace Eros. Versace Eros is again a very party kind of fragrance, and that is also termed as the king of clubs, and it has its name because it is very rich and very warm kind of fragrance. In today's video we are going to talk about Denver Hamilton. Denver Hamilton is Denver's attempt to make a clone of Versace Eros, or at least to make a smell alike of Versace Eros. In today's video we'll be going about the presentation of the box. We'll also be talking about the bottle. We'll be talking about juice inside the fragrance. Lastly, we'll also be talking about, is this a good clone of Versace Eros, also whether or not you should buy this fragrance. Not wasting any further time, let's look at the presentation of the box. So the front and the back of the box are the same. At the front of the box you see the Denver logo. You see the Hamilton. This is again Caliber is a fragrance from the Hamilton series. They have fragrances like Imperial and Arc, which I'll be reviewing in the further videos. At the box you can see the manufacturing date, the batch number, and also the cost of the fragrance. So this fragrance is priced at $4.99. Box of the fragrance is very good. What I really like about the box is that they have made a very good place for the perfume to set in very well. Moving on, let's talk about the bottle of the fragrance. The bottle of the fragrance comes in a matte black color along with the golden calligraphy done on that. So again you can see the Denver logo, the brand name, the perfume name. This is again an EDP concentration. At the back, down on the box you can see this is again presented by Vanessa. So what I like about this bottle is this bottle gives you a very premium feel. So this is again a very good bottle if you're trying to gift it to someone. Cap of the bottle fits tight enough, no problems there. Again there is no issue with the atomizer. The atomizer again is very beautiful. It is in a golden format again. So I really like the format in which they're trying to keep this bottle, going with the matte black along with these golden calligraphy and the golden nozzle and the golden rim around the cap. So for all the fragrance enthusiasts out there, the top notes of this fragrance is lemon. Again, the base notes of this fragrance is tonka beans and amber, and the middle note is geranium. So what I feel about this fragrance is this fragrance misses out on major notes like vanilla, also mint in the top. So mint what provides freshness to the fragrance. What are my first impressions of this fragrance? So for that we'll have to spray this out, and my first impressions of this fragrance is very rich, very warm. This fragrance is a typical party kind of fragrance, so it might increase the warmth around you, and the ambience around you might feel the warmness of this fragrance. Apart from that, what it does is this fragrance is a typical summer fragrance. And why do I say that is because in the summer, when a lot of people start sweating, this will mix very well with the pheromones of your body and will project very well. To be honest, I really wasn't expecting this fragrance to have this kind of projection. This projection of this fragrance is damn good, and when I say too good, it's because I really wasn't expecting this kind of opening from a fragrance from Denver. So what I thought was this fragrance would give me a very fresh kind of start, moving on to something more use of geranium, and finally drying down to amber and tonka beans. But what I feel about this fragrance now is that from the very start itself, it has a lot of geranium and tonka beans at the start itself. So why do they even classify that in the base notes? Apart from that, this fragrance is very well rounded. Whether Versace Eros and JPG Ultra Male are called the king of the clubs, so this fragrance is a good take on both of these fragrances. What I feel at the top notes of the fragrance is that there is a blast of lemon, but what is missing is the mint and the freshness which came in the EDT version of the EDP versions of Versace Eros. Again, that freshness is subdued in the perfume version, and in this you do not have that kind of feel. So what are my comments on the character of the fragrance? The character of the fragrance is very mature, and what I feel is this is very well rounded. So missing on the top notes of freshness, but overall this tries to compensate with the other notes. 20 minutes into the fragrance, and this fragrance starts to get deeper and better. The geranium used in this fragrance is not again very loud, and it is very potent and subtle in the background. That was all I could say about the top notes and the hard notes of the fragrance. Coming to the most exciting part of the fragrance, and that is the dry down of this fragrance. Dry down of this fragrance is very fantastic. Again, it shares the DNA with Versace Eros, so it is very warm, woody. At the same time, it tries to keep its top notes intact. Overall, what I feel about this fragrance is one good fragrance at a very good budget. So this fragrance cost me around 500 rupees from Amazon, but every penny spent on this fragrance is worth it. If you can just get one of these fragrances, do get it. Keep it in your collection, wear it occasionally, wear it to parties. Don't try to use the bottle up. There are practically no alternatives to Versace Eros in India. You can get some from Medina, you can get some from Project Alternative, but no one beats this. On a personal note, I myself prefer fresh kind of fragrances, but the things I felt while wearing this fragrance is really amazing. This is a very youthful kind of scent, so people from the age of 20 to 25, 30 can use these fragrances to go to parties, right? So that was about the smell of this fragrance. The smell of this fragrance is very good, and yes, you can buy this fragrance, but does this fragrance have a good longevity? Longevity of the fragrance, I'll give this fragrance an 8 out of 10, and that is because this fragrance gives you a longevity of 5+ hours in an Indian climate. So for summer seasons, when you sweat a lot, if you wear these kind of fragrances to parties, you'll be the talk of the town, right? Moving on, let's talk about the projection of the fragrance. At the start, the projection of the fragrance was very good, so it can give you a projection of around 5 to 6 feet direct up front. So maybe in the time of 20 to 25 minutes, when the top notes of the fragrance start to settle and you feel the amber and the wood kind of start to play along, you feel that this fragrance starts to lose its intensity. If you apply this fragrance in heavy doses, people around you might feel the hit, but people will definitely notice you. If you use this fragrance for a very long time, maybe you start to feel that this fragrance does not perform well, but let me assure you, people around you will always be complimenting you. It may surprise you at times because you might literally not feel the fragrance, but the people around you can. What I really like about this fragrance is everything about this fragrance. The bottle itself is very heavy, the packaging of this fragrance, everything about this fragrance is good. This is again an Indian brand, so you see, sharing the DNA with Versace Eros and providing the same kind of feel for a cost of 500 rupees is very good. People in India need to wear more party fragrances. Freshies again is good for offices and these kind of scenarios. So for occasions like parties, for occasions like dates, or for occasions where you are going to hang out with a lot of friends, try to wear these kind of fragrances. Go for these kind of fragrances, I say. Versace Eros in itself is very good. Jean Paul Gaultier La Mer is again a good fragrance. Down the line, these kind of fragrances remind you of those fragrances, so go and keep this in your collection, and I assure you that you won't regret buying these kind of fragrances. The first couple of hours, this fragrance sillage is very good. If you leave a place, people might still feel the fragrance even when you have left, so the trail of the fragrance is very good again. Many times I buy some fragrances and I start to regret buying those fragrances. This is definitely not one of them. This fragrance is so good that even I will try to apply these fragrances when I go to parties. Guys and gals, listen to me, try to buy these kind of fragrances. So why do I say that? Is because this fragrance costs around 500 rupees, and these kind of fragrances cost you around 5 to 6,000 rupees. At the same time, these kind of fragrances may even cost you around 11,000 rupees. When a 500 fragrance can do that, why don't you go and buy these kind of fragrances, right? For people who like to keep something for parties, keep this fragrance. 100 ml bottle won't affect you. 500 rupees for this bottle. You can use this bottle throughout the years, right? So you don't use it on a daily basis. Guys, that was my review on this fragrance. I hope you like the review today. Apart from that, do let me know in the comment section down below what other things you would like to know about this fragrance. Apart from that, I'll be adding a link down in the description below for you guys to go and purchase this fragrance. Also guys, comment in the section down below what other fragrances would you want me to review. Right now I'm focusing more on alternatives and clones, and that is because I feel that the market is very untapped, and smell is something which should not be limited to people having money. It should be for everyone. So alternatives and clones provide you the same feel but at a lesser price, so people definitely go and subscribe to my channel if you like alternatives and clone videos.